makes me want to have a bowl. And that brings us on to the next headline, which is recreational drug use has been labelled a dangerous misnomer by Drew Harris, the Garda commissioner. That's what he is. And this is coming off of the back that when it was announced that there was multiple millions of euros of drugs seized in 2020, increased upon previous years. So I think they're saying, is it 24 million they're saying here? Like, that sounds like it's 24 million worth of drugs seized in 2020. I think that's way undervalued. I said it was way more than 24 million worth of drugs seized in 2020, surely. But I don't know, that sounds way off. But the figures come as the An Garda Síochána announced Operation Tara, an enhanced national anti-drug strategy commenced on July 1st. So that started yesterday. So Operation Tara as basically it aims to protect communities from the scourge of illegal drugs. Sounds great, doesn't it? And it will focus on individuals and groups involved in the drugs trade and will be the target of enforcement activity based on intelligence and the latest crime trends. And the Garda Commissioner Drew Harris said that anyone who uses illegal drugs is putting money in the pockets of drug cartels. Well, sorry, Drew Harris, I'd hate to inform you, but it's actually the prohibitionists out there who are putting the money into the pockets of the drug cartels. Because if we didn't have prohibition, then these drug cartels wouldn't have basically a monopoly on the providing of the substance of choice for whoever it is that's to consume it out there. And people have a wide variety of choices. Not everybody wants to consume alcohol and tobacco, or sugar, which is another drug, or caffeine, which is another drug. No, many people want to consume mushrooms. Many people want to consume LSD, MDMA, cocaine. Some people want to consume heroin. Like, why are we putting this stuff into the control of criminals instead of just providing access to these people who just wake up in the morning and for whatever reason it is, it's that each individual is different. Their choice coming forward to consume a drug is, a lot of the times it's different. But why are we making them to go to criminals? Why are we wasting so much money? Like, as part of this Operation Tara, there's going to be 321 members that are going to be on a full-time assignment to the Divisional Drugs Unit across every Garda division. 321 guards that are just basically full-time drugs. That's it. That's sick. That's fecked up, man. That's fecked up at a time when there's a scandal going on out there around the dropping of calls, not following up on serious crimes, over 3,000 domestic violence cases not followed up upon. What in the name of God are we doing? And 321 guards going on out there just for drugs. And not just any kind of drug use, but low-level drug use. There was a little piece there that I wanted to share with you from, it was up on... Sorry, no, I'm just going to get this up there. Where is me Chrome? There we go. Right, I'll get this up on screen there for you. Sorry, 1 second, guys. But it was an old clip on the RT News which featured, and I hate if I can play on anything from the RT News, but there was some comments up there from our old Garda Commissioner. So I think it's worthy of just kind of giving it to him for a second. So 1 second there now, guys. There we go.
The Gardaí seized over €8 million from organised crime gangs last year, a tenfold increase in 5 years, according to new figures released today. At the launch of a new nationally coordinated Garda operation to target middle and street-level drug dealers, the head of the Drugs and Organised Crime Bureau said the crack cocaine was replacing heroin as the drug of choice in the most deprived parts of the country.
It was important to stop there in a second, like, because they hit on something there in the most deprived parts of the country. So they're going to be focusing their efforts now on areas where people are already kind of doing not doing so well. You know what I mean? They're impoverished. Do you know? This is terrible policy in the making here, like.
According to the Gardaí, with more people now taking cocaine, Over €7 million worth of the drug was seized last year, a threefold increase in 3 years. In deprived areas, the Gardaí...
And again, just to pause it here for a second, like, look on the table here, like, the guns, man, look at these guns and the drugs. Like, this is all because of prohibition, like, you know what I mean? You show me a pub out there in Ireland that has these kind of guns. You know, you show me an off licence out there where they're getting young people to sell their drink on the street from, and they're giving them guns and knives in order to kind of enforce the payments of the debts that's owed to them. You know, regulation works. Like, this is sick what we're seeing right here.
They say crack cocaine is replacing heroin, and today they announced a new nationwide operation targeting middle and low-level on-street drug dealers. Over 300...
And there, that comment there, like the new operation that's going to be targeting a low level and on a street drug dealers. But in fairness, like, what have they been doing for the last 20 years, if not that? Because they're Daniel Kinahan, sure, like, do you know what I mean? If they got him, no, but he's out there and he's promoting for the boxers and everything, right? Manager for fucking Tyson Fury or whatever he was, like, you know? That's kind of high level drug dealing and stuff. Like, they're not targeting these guys anymore. No, instead they're going to target the young fella above in Dublin there on the street who gets a little bit too much cannabis. He gets indebted into an older drug dealer then who knew exactly what he was doing and giving the young fella the cannabis that he couldn't afford in the first place. And now the young fella has got to run the drugs around the place, you know what I mean? And then the guards are out there targeting the young fella. And if the young fella gets caught, quite often than not, the drug dealer will want payment for those drugs that he got caught with, because he'll say, you know, you were acting suspiciously. Look, because the guards even said it. Look in the report there in the court, you were acting suspiciously. And that's your fault. You owe me an extra fucking €1,000 there now for the bag of crack cocaine that you were running across the road there for me, like. And meanwhile, like, all the young fella was doing at the first place was getting a little bit of weed for himself, like, and he, you know, like, that's just an exaggeration maybe of it, like, a potential scenario out there. And this is who they're going to be targeting now. Like, are we happy as taxpayers for them to be doing this? Like, if not, speak up, people.
20 Gardaí have now been assigned full-time to the divisional drug units all over the country. A new drug-related intimidation reporting programme has been established where Gardaí say drug users and their families can go in confidence to report violence and threats to them over drug debts, and action will be taken.
So instead of providing a safe and regulated avenue for people to get access, addicts, let's say, to get access to their drug of choice, and instead of them becoming indebted and filling the pockets of these organised crime gangs, no, we're going to set up and expend more taxpayers, waste more taxpayers' money, setting up a hotline as a new service, you know, within the Gardaí, who are already fucking stretched to the limits, man. If they weren't stretched to the limits, why were they dropping all those fucking calls? But we're going to do that. We're going to set up a new kind of avenue there to provide help for people who fall prey to, again, another set of failed policies of the government. Again, if we just set up a safe and regulated avenue for drug users to get access to the drugs, there wouldn't be people getting into such fucking drug debt, and there wouldn't be a need for the Gardaí to be focusing on what they're calling here a low level and street dealing, you know, because the only people who get caught up in that is poor people and people who are addicted to drugs. That's pretty much it, you know.